Welcome back, book lovers. It's Lady Lauren Explorer, and don't mind my nails. It's. But today I'm doing a book unhaul because I have either read the books and they're they're just like a one-time read, or I really thought about it and I was like, I'm not gonna read these books. So let's get into it. So my first book my first couple of books is a duology by Justina Ireland, and it's the Dread Nation duology, and it's Dread Nation and Deathless Divide. This one's a 2. Ooh, yeah. And this one has deco edges. Love deco edges. But it doesn't. It's okay. So this is a alternate history where what happened if the Civil War had zombies? And then the slaves became soldiers to defend the upper class white people. Yes. So our main protagonist, she is one of these slaves, former slaves, who becomes a soldier in the academy to protect the white people from zombies. And she goes up in her rankings. And the second one is just a continuation of it. This is not sponsored, but I have a PangoBooks account. So all these books will be on that account, and you can buy if you want to. But yes. The next book is Grown by Tiffany B. Jackson. Yes, I have that right. Anyways, this one is about a girl who gets groomed and there's murder mystery in it. Again, she gets groomed. Music's in this. I think everyone knows about this book. Anthology. A Phoenix First Must Burn. Edited by Patrice Chadwell. This is 17 stories of Black girl magic, resistance, and hope. So this will go on to A Better Home. She Would Be King by Watia Moore. I think that's how you say her name. This is an alternate reality too, because it has magic in it, and it tells the story of 3 different perspectives of 3 different Black people. Another one is a woman in an African country who's suspected of being a witch, but is she really? The other one is misunderstood by her own people. A Song Below Water by Bethany Moreau, about mermaids, sirens, contemporary, young adults. The Castle School of Troubled Girls. This is a thriller and a mystery about a girl who goes to school for troubled girls, and she finds out that something's going on with the boys' school in her school, so she just tries to go around solving the case, and she does. Among Thieves by M.J. Kuhn, yeah. This is about a group of thieves who are thieving. I know this has rap in it. I know there's romance in it, kind of. But this is literally the debut novel of M.J. Kuhn, and it was okay. Next is Slay by Brittany Morris, and this is about a young Black girl who makes a game where reverse racism, white culture does not like the game, and they're trying to find out who created this game so they can punish this creator for making a racist game about Black people being the dominant race. The Haitian Gift by Angie Thomas. This is about a Black girl who witnesses her best friend get shot unprovoked by the police, and the trauma she goes through, also while dealing with the Black Lives Matter movement and having other people try to profit off her trauma, i.e. race chasers. A Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope. Kimberly Vale's Crossbones. This is a pirate adventure and competition about 3 people who are trying to be the next pirate king or queen. The Conductors by Nicole Glover. This is the first book. There's a second book. This is a duology, and this is about the Underground Railroad and a couple who run the Underground Railroad with Harriet Tubman and all that, and her powers. She uses the powers of the stars and her ancestors to help free slaves and foresee the future and all of that. The Monster of Edenhaven. This is a queer horror about a monster meeting another type of monster, and they're kind of sort of interested in each other with a lot of body horror and death. It's a novella, super small, and it's by Jennifer, that last name. Keep This to Yourself by Tom Ryan is a queer YA thriller about a boy whose best friend is the last known victim of a serial killer. And he finds this evidence or this note that his best friend left him. And he finds out that this friend might know who the serial killer is, and it's his journey trying to find the serial killer. There's a huge plot twist in this. It was very crazy. Hated the ending. Given by Nadia Taylor is a Caribbean mythology story about a girl who is a princess who goes to this academy because this academy can teach her the spell or the cure that her father, a cure to her father's illness. Along the way, she encounters a boy who is also a dragon who falls in love with her at first sight because he says that she is his destiny. And it's just romance, adventure, action, plots. Cobalt Blue by Sakana Kondarka? Yeah, this is a translated work. This is a story about 2 siblings, a boy and a girl, falling in love with the same man and their relationship with this man. It's told by both perspectives, the boy and the girl, and it was okay. I thought there was gonna be like more angst, but not really. This Is Why We Lie by Gabrielle Laporte. This is the arc, and this is a story about This is a story about 2 people, a boy and a girl. We follow both their point of views, and they find a body washed up on shore, and we realize that they both know who this person is, and they actually have a kind of sort of relationship with this person. They try to figure out who killed her, and there's other murders in this book. There's a super duper big plot twist. Yes. The plot twists were good, the ending was so-so. Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. This is the queer version of Grace. Exactly. Except for there's no singing in this book. So yes. The Switch is a friends to lovers romance with fake dating tropes. This was, the racial aspect of it was on par with the forbidden family kind of dynamic, but the romance and the whole lead up and ending, unrealistic, very disappointing. I think there's like 2 stars. Trial and Trouble is by Augustine Barrows. This is the Reader Coffee. This is a memoir about a man who realizes that he's a witch and his discovery of the paranormal and him being a witch. The Immigrant is an anthology about non-British and white people who are living in England. And they just tell different stories, aspects, and the racism that they face while living in England. Able by Kate Robert. This is a throuple. This is the first of the Sapien Valley series. And this is a story about 7 brothers who get exiled from their, I don't even want to call it like tribe or something. And in this story, Abel is the oldest brother. He's the most ruthless brother, and his best friend sold him out. His best friend and his best friend's father killed majority of the people that Abel's father was over, and almost killed all 7 of his brothers if they hadn't got out of the mansion in time. This is his revenge. He comes back getting everyone. He's destroying people. Blah, blah. You want some? Let me give it to you. Kapow! And he takes his ex-best friend's wife as a consort. And then his ex-best friend's like, no, fight me. If I win, you leave. If you win, you can have me as well. And guess what happens? He loses. So it's a male, female throuple. This is their story of them falling from enemies to lovers. There is 4 books in the series. I only read this one, and I'm only gonna read this one because this was tragic. Swipe Right for Murder by Holly Harris. I got this in my Bad Alibi book box subscription. Wow, don't know why I said it like that. But basically, this is about a girl who kind of suspects that the boy she met on a dating app is a serial killer because he has known all of the girls that are being killed in her campus. Well, I mean known, I mean he dated them. But she still goes out with him. So this is her trying to solve the mystery and the murders of these girls. And plot twist, not plot twist, because I realized who the killer was when I met them. So yeah. Just Like That by Cole McKay. This is the ex-library edition of this. But I have to in thrift books, so. This is an Achillean book, and it's about a boy who's going back to his private school to be an intern or teacher's assistant to a professor he had a crush on when he was at this private school. And it's him, the boy, who has this like very submissive attitude, very submissive. And him and the professor play a game that if he can overcome his fear, then the professor would give him a kiss. And that leads into a very steamy relationship. And that's about it. The sun is also a star. There's no just check it because I got it from thrift books. This is a 24-hour romance. Like, we meet our characters, who is a Black girl who's about to get deported in one day. She bumps into a Korean man, and they have this instant connection of, hey, I don't believe in love. And the guy's like, I can make you fall in love with me. Here's how I'm gonna do it. And again, 24 hours. So yes. It's also a movie, so if you don't want to read the book, you should watch the movie. Next is The Summer of Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Oakler. This is a YA fantasy, obviously, because there's mermaids in it. And it's about this boy who thinks he's met a mermaid and he falls in love with her. But is she really a mermaid? In their love story. White Rabbit by Caleb Rohridge. Wow. I've read so many from him. I've read Last Seen Leaving, White Rabbit, The Fellow of Dark, which I just sold yesterday, so that's why it's not in this. But this is all the ones I read are queer, and this follows a boy who, at the beginning, he's talking to his ex-boyfriend, and we find out that his ex-boyfriend is closeted and just it's a lot going on. And then all of a sudden he gets a call from his horrible stepsister. No, not stepsister, half-sister. And we realize that she's at her boyfriend's parents' lodge. Her boyfriend's dead. She's covered in blood, holding a knife, and she's out of it. So it's them trying to figure out who framed her or if she really did kill them. I'm letting you know right now, she was framed. Because there's so much death in this. So much death. Lots of death. And the ending is horrendous. From the Desk of Zoe Washington by Jane Marks tells the story of a teenage girl who's trying to solve this case about a boy. And I think if he committed a murder, yeah, he's in prison for a crime he's never committed. And she's trying to figure out if he did commit it or not. And I'm telling you right now, we all know what happened. Our next book is Swipe Right for Murder by Derek Millen. This book is a queer book as well, and it is about a boy who ends up on a dating app trying to, hook up, all that jazz. He does meet a very handsome, sexy, steamy guy, and they hook up. He wakes up the next morning to the guy dead. And he finds a mysterious hard drive. This hard drive has lots of incriminating things on it that belongs to a murderous cult. And the cult wants this back any means necessary. And the FBI thinks he's a terrorist. And it's just him trying to get one up on everyone and save his own life. I didn't like it. And last but not least, sorry about the noise, people are mowing the lawn, is Chestnut Man by Soren Surstrup. And this is a Netflix adaptation, actually. So this is a 5 out of 5. The only reason I'm not keeping it is because I don't keep mystery books, is because I already know the ending. I know the plot twist, I know everything. So there's no point in me keeping it unless it's a special edition, which this one is not. So this is a story about a serial killer called the Chestnut Man who leaves chestnut figurines at his murder scenes, and mostly he just kills women in very gruesome and disgusting ways. Lots of body horror. There is a cold case that is in this that pertains to the present day. There's also a mystery about a missing girl who isn't really missing because she's presumed dead. And there's so many little plots in here because there's 3 stories that all coincide together in this book. That's why it's a tomb, and it's very good. very good. I suggest you read this book before you watch the Netflix adaptation, or just don't read this book at all and watch the Netflix adaptation. But you will get mad when you find out some of the stuff does not come up in Netflix adaptation, which I was very, very mad at. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, all these books will be on my Pango account if you want to buy them or not. I'm just unhauling them because I've either read them and they were not 5-star, I will keep them, or I just can't read them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys in my next video. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.